Hi, both. I mean, first of all, congratulations on this beautiful film. Obviously, we are playbills, so we know the story very well, but excited to talk to you. You both got to work with like the legendary John Kander on this. You got to record new music for Jen. Tell me what that process was like and what's like the best advice he gave each of you to help with your characters.
I mean, first of all, being in the studio and singing for him was so nerve-wracking, but I was very prepared, and I think you were too.
Same.
And so we were like ready to kind of attack it. But it was otherworldly, honestly. And you're just thinking of everything that he's done. He's such a legend, and he's such a prodigy, and kind of like, it's crazy.
But then you meet him and he's so nice.
It's hard to get your mind around, and he's he's
angel.
A gentle angel of a person. And but he knows what he wants, and he was listening for every single note. And he would come in and he'd go. I remember he was giving me like when I was singing Spider Woman specifically, like to kind of like tie it together. He's like, it's not sooner or later you're certain. It's not that. Sooner or later, you're certain to... You know, like he was like, it has more of that. Like he knew exactly what it was supposed to be and how they intended it to be. And that was a blessing that we had that kind of guidance in the studio for the person who actually wrote it.
I asked him when I first got to meet him. First of all, obviously, I was just like a huge fan. And I mean, he's a living legend. But I asked him if he had any insight for Molina. And he just had this sentence that really helped solidify the through line for me, which was, Molina saw himself as a loser in life until he fell in love and became the lead in his own film.
That's beautiful. Speaking of Molina, I have to tell you, the portrayal that you've captured for this character is so beautiful. And what I love is that this movie has really expanded this character. It's now this really prominent genderqueer character. Tell me what it was like capturing the nuances of this character along with Bill in this like new version of the story.
Well, as soon as I saw the script, I mean, there was so much textural opportunity to tell a dynamic story. And I think it was my mission statement to like center Molina's genderqueerness, because there's so many different ways of playing it, right? But my commitment was to really center their personality and make their physical form the last thing that you think of. I wanted straight men to be able to see it and be like, was I turned on? And I was like, yes, you were. Yes, indeed you were. But in order to accomplish that, I had to lose 45 pounds in about 50 days because I had just come off of an action film. And so it was one of those moments where I was like, how can I mean, once everybody sees it, be the totality of the gender spectrum. So with Kendall Nesbitt, I got to play this classic masculineness. With Molina, I got to be this genderless expression of pure love. And then at the very end, live a little female fantasy moment. So it was beautiful.
Tell me, what was your trajectory, or when did this start, this idea of wanting to bring this to the screen?
I think it percolated after I had the chance to work with Rob Marshall on the Chicago movie, and thought, you know, boy, there is this third Kander and Ebb musical that really would make a good movie, you know. But then I got serious about it about 10 years ago, and I went to see Terrence McNally and John Kander, and I said, I'd love to do a film of this. I sort of laid out the way I saw it, said I wanted to do it independently. I wanted to have a handshake, and I wouldn't get paid and they wouldn't get paid, but we'd try to see if we could get it made, you know. And they were great. You know, Terrence was like, oh God, go with God, yes, absolutely. And then it took forever to figure out who owned the rights to the novel. So that delayed us for 7 or 8 years. And then I was finally able to start about 2.5 years ago.